Hello, today we're going to be talking about neurodivergence in schools. So I have a definition for you. According to the Oxford Dictionary, neurodivergence is the range of differences in individual brain function and behavioral traits regarded as part of normal variation in the human population, used especially in the context of autism spectrum disorders. So, speaking of autism, being a person who was diagnosed with autism in the 3rd grade, I feel I'm more than qualified to talk about neurodivergency. I have ADHD, ADD, and autism, and I was 9 when I was first diagnosed with most of these things. So I have had a lifetime of experience with most of these, and it has been a sort of struggle through school. I've had the proper support, but having ADHD, it's been hard having to sit still in school, being able to move around. It's hard for teachers to understand that, students need to move. And sometimes students, don't talk, or students react differently, or students need more time. It's been hard for, especially me, to have teachers who understand my accommodations and who are willing to use them or follow them. So I have seen firsthand how a lack of support from the education system, can affect students. I have had friends, I have students currently who, because of the lack of support, they are not doing well in schools, they're not doing well in life, they're not doing well in general because of the lack of support from family, from schools, from everywhere. So I have some facts. I have some statistics on neurodivergence in schools. Roughly 1 in 5 children in the education system are neurodivergent in some way, whether that's ADHD, autism, anxiety, dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia, a bunch of those, all of those. About 90% of disabilities are invisible. A lot of them are diagnosed with disabilities, but you don't see them. Therefore, people discount them. Undiagnosed and diagnosed students are often labeled as behavior or problem children because of the lack of proper staff training. In my experience, working at a DAEP, which stands for a Disciplinary Alternative Education Program, I have firsthand knowledge regarding the lack of support from the district surrounding my neurodivergent students. I have been working in several different school systems since about 3 years ago. I have worked in different districts, and in those different districts, I have encountered the same issues amongst students who are neurodivergent. I have encountered students who have dyslexia who are getting kicked out of English class because they act out because they struggle, because they can't read, so the teacher automatically assumes that they don't want to read, so they get kicked out. I've had students who have ADHD, ADD, who have to move, have to fidget, have to be active in some way, and teachers have kicked them out of the classroom because they can't sit still, so they're a distraction, they're a disruption to class. That's not the case. I have had students who have had emotional dysfunctions, disturbances. I've had students who have had a number of things, and they've struggled with having a proper education and getting a proper education because teachers aren't properly qualified. They're moving students they have special education students in with gen ed students, and the teacher's teaching everybody the same way. They don't have the proper training to figure out how to utilize all of their techniques. So it's a struggle for all students. It's a struggle for undiagnosed and diagnosed students as well. So, in conclusion, neurodivergency is students with neurodivergency struggle in schools, and it's not an uncommon fact. It's a well-known thing. It's just that there needs to be proper training.